because there were warriors at the time. There were people that had to go through. They had to live it and fight for it, and so we could be in this position, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So, like I said, two things can be true. Two things can be true: the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's I can be emotional when I hear it, or when I see it, or when I learn from it. Can at the moment that I see it, can it anger me? Yes, but I can't change the past. The past is the past, right? The future is yet to come. But they said that's why the moment in time is a gift. That's why it's called a present, right?
Uh-huh.
So I can't change those things. I could learn from it, right? And I could educate my kids on it. And I'd be like, but then I also know because, and like, and the next part two of Christianity, because of who my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is, one of the thing is that that sin comes from the heart. That we're sinners first, right? So if I could give you great information, but your heart is sinful, you're
Yeah.
gonna use that information that I give you and use it for bad.
Yeah.
But if I give you the information and your heart is pure and your heart is holy, you're gonna do it and you're gonna do great things for it. Both people can do great things. Just one is gonna do it for evil, the other one is gonna do it for good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what history has taught us. That some people have done it for good and some people have done it for evil. But sometimes we over glorify the evil that people have done, that we don't see the beauty of the good that people have done in the midst of that evil. You know what I'm saying? So that's the history is not a beautiful thing. It's beautiful in totality because it gives you a broader picture. It's a collage that puts everything together to where we are now. But to see those things happen, to live it, to push through it, to be to where we all are at this moment, we have to accept it. And I'm not saying it's pretty. I'm not saying that, but we have to learn to accept that because it happened. There's nothing that we can do about it. What we can do is how we go from here, right? And we come in and face the things that are coming through without victimizing ourselves. Because we're not victims. In everything that we do in life, we make decisions and we have to be accountable of those decisions, just like those did back then, right? So at this moment in time, I have to be accountable of the decisions we make, regardless of what my ancestor went through. I have to learn from what they went through, right? And I have to be like, damn, y'all, they really had to be strong people to go through those things and still be able to wake up every day and still persevere through. These are people that didn't give up. These are people that persevered through every single day. And that perseverance has gotten us to the place that we are today. Now, that would be a disservice if I look at myself as I haven't gotten to a place because of what's happening to our ancestors. That's like me slapping my ancestor in the face, because my own ancestor would be like, "Yo, bro, did I have to persevere through this so you can now be speaking of me of this? I can't do that." And I
I
think
agree.
that's where my heritage comes in to be like, nah, these people were persevering, they were pushing through, and I have to do the same.
Great way to finish us up. If this was a Grammy speech, I'd have started the music on you a long time ago, though. I'd,
You know what I'm
I'd have started
saying?
on you'd have heard something a while ago. But that was great. Pointing out the beauty, the passion, the strength, the pride of our histories. Always factual, and always a great thing to hone in on, no matter how problematic certain areas of your history are. If you can find a way to do exactly what TJ is saying and find that humanity that was in your people that still, they didn't die off. You know what I'm saying? That group of
Mhm.
people still made it through because you're here. So if you can find a way to get there, there will always be some level of pride of that strength. So I do agree with that. My guy, this has been part one. I
Jeez.
know we gotta bring this back. I'm hoping everybody gets a lot to think about, a lot to research. You are, as always, a wealth of historical knowledge, and I appreciate that about you. I thank you for your time preparing for tonight and all of the notes that you brought us, which were great. And maybe next time we can look into, like I said, the religious aspect. Um, we talked a little about the titling of like Tainos changing to Borenque. But I know you and I personally talked about African Americans calling themselves black, and then we talked about like black people not being able to be Christians, and like we tonight we brought up the Moors, and so I know even talking with my guy Seven, he brought up the fact that the Moors were here before as well. They were in the Americas before these other countries as well, and
Mm.
even like this whole treaty with George Washington, that whole like chopping down the cherry tree was actually a um, symbolism for the Moors flag, and a treaty with them or an agreement or something. More than I know, more than I know. So
Yes.
hopefully I can either get
It's
him
more than I
on.
know too. I don't know about much
He
about the
he
wars.
he
I know a
broke it
little bit
down.
of it, but
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
So there's a lot to get into, but like I said, man, this show is a podcast about humans for humans, whether they're humans today, humans of the past, but we're not in the AI world where we're just trying to, type in something and let the computer tell us. I like people to tell us, you know what I mean? I like
yeah.
us to have conversations, and hopefully years down later, they can look back at these things to understand who we were instead of us trying to put it together in the only ways that they had to, account for their history and their days. And some of it was destroyed, and we're trying to put the pieces back together as as best as we can. So, again, man, thank you. Tell the family I apologize for keeping you so long.
It's all right, man. I appreciate you inviting me. And again, if this I have so much information going through my head that I
Yeah,
was trying to say anything. So if there's anything, even in the comments that I take constructive criticism.
yeah.